War Stories brought to you by Gary Gruner Chevrolet, Buick GMC in Madras.
1 out of every 7 Central Oregonians is a veteran, and in our weekly War Stories series, we introduce you to the stories of Central Oregon war veterans, some who made it back from their war and some who didn't. Tonight, we introduce you to Paul Lesher, a World War II veteran who now calls Bend home.
I was born in Stratton, Colorado, March 28, 1924. I was next to the youngest of 8 boys and 1 daughter. We left Colorado during the Dust Bowl days and went to Southern California. That was in 1936. I was so angry at the Japanese for bombing Pearl Harbor and tearing it up like that and killing all our boys, and guys my age wanted to get in there. We were reconnaissance in a given area. They'd give us the area. I never knew where I was except where that map was and where I was told to go. We had to inspect the roads and bridges for demolitions. The Germans would allow a few rigs to come across, you know, like a couple of 3 tanks or maybe some artillery or whatever, and then they'd blow the bridge, and then they'd annihilate these guys. So they didn't want to go unless that bridge is clean, and that's where we came in. A Jeep came meeting me. Hell, that's our Jeep. But these long overcoats start jumping out of that damn Jeep. The windows opened on this one building and they were yelling, hands up, hands oof, hands oof. I says, bail out. And so we bailed out, and well, the windshield exploded before I got out. They just riddled that Jeep. But I went in a ditch. One of the other guys went this way and the other one went that way, and I went into the brush. And these guys were running down the road shooting with machine guns into the brush. And I'm running, praying and crying and cursing and trying to get the hell out of there. I didn't have my rifle. I got out of there without that, and all I had was hand grenades. And I found a machine gun nest up on the mountain. I headed for higher country. These 2 crossing there weren't paying too much attention, so I gave them a hand grenade and took their gun and went on carrying this machine gun. And you can imagine the shape things were in, because we had been in there. They broke out over there, so there's 2 trips across there, and then we go back in. That's 3 trips across there. So there was devastation. I was just so happy to get back to my life. We got home, thank God. A lot of guys didn't get home. I'm so fortunate. I've had 2 precious women in my life. I was 77 and my sweet little wife was 70. So you see, what do you call that? A cattle robber, that's me. Well, I'm only 93 and we love to travel. I got to see the railroad station in Koblenz, where I took a flag off of the flagpole on top of that building, and I still have it. It's right out there in the garage. I keep getting notices, you know, in the mail and stuff about rates on cremations, and they want to bury me already, but I'm not ready. I have places I want to go and things I want to see yet. Life is good. Life is good.
Thanks to Paul for sharing his story with us, and a special thanks to Gary Gruner Chevrolet Buick GMC for sponsoring War Stories and giving us the time and the resources to tell the stories of Central Oregon's war veterans every Monday night right here on Central Oregon Daily. We'll be right back.